有冇開始？
Good morning, Professor Garlick.
How wonderful it is to see you again, Lenora dear. Oh, here. You'll need these for today's class. A little treat for your auntie. Ah, hello. Class, please welcome the newest rose in our garden. We do look forward to growing together. How thrilling it is to have everyone back together again. This year will be filled with enchantment and excitement, but the most important thing cultivated in herbology is knowledge. The prudent herbologist is no more afraid of the venomous tentacular than the bouncing bulb. Now then, today we will be acquainting ourselves with the mellifluous tuber known as the mandrake root. Accio. Let's see if we can't make our fibrous friends a bit more comfortable, shall we? First, let's protect our ears. Now, everyone, grip their mandrake by the tendrils and give it a firm tug.
Okay. Ooh.
Quickly! Place your mandrake in the new pot and pack down the soil! The soil should envelop the root like a warm, dirty blanket, putting the mandrake right at ease. Reparo!
Cool.
I'm very sorry about that. Yours was a bit mature, I'm afraid. All right then, off you go. Splendid work, everyone. Now, for our next task, we'll be planting dittany at our potting tables. You can all get started. I need to have a brief word with our new student.
I wonder if hippogriffs like knotgrass.
先同老師傾個偈先。
Yes, Professor.
Firstly, well done with your mandrake. They can be rather difficult to get a grasp of.
我差點聾了。都係友善少少啦，我哋揀，我很享受。
Actually, I enjoyed it. I couldn't help but catch your enthusiasm.
How kind of you. It seems you're already taking to herbology like a mandrake to fresh soil. Now, as I mentioned, next we'll be planting dittany.
原來個老師課睇落仲要嚟
I already
聽
have
咯。
some, Professor. Pick them up in Hogsmeade.
You visited the Magic Neep. Wonderful. A prepared student is bound to bloom. I've arranged for you to have your own potting table here in the classroom. Wasn't easy to spare one on such late notice. Plant the seeds there now, and you can return to harvest them later. Even with soil, sunlight, and a bit of magic, they will take time to grow.
Let's see how to balance my star thistle arrangement. Mifflin's fancy or roses?
我哋好啦，我哋先去種植物先啦。
Dittany's restorative properties make it a vital ingredient in the Wiggenweld potion, as you all should know from Professor Sharp's class.
要點樣？哦，呢度。然後白仙嘅種子，咁就得㗎啦。
Well done! Once it can be harvested, your dittany will be ready to use in Wiggenweld potion. I'll let Professor Sharp tell you about that. Now, what say we branch out? Introduce you to a different different sort of flora, the Chinese chomping cabbage. You'll find that some plants are better suited to uses outside of a cauldron. The cabbages do get testy without something to chew. Fortunately, I have a dummy for them to gnaw on. Here, dear, and let them have a good chomping.
Yes, Professor.
They're in the other greenhouse. It's just at the end of the footbridge leading out of this room. Your classmate, Mr. Pruitt, has kindly offered to accompany you.
Pruitt係邊個？
Come back and see me when you're finished. Oh, and mind your fingers. They do bite.
我哋先同同學傾下偈先啦，然後我哋再去第二個溫室。
The best time to plant a seed is last season. The second best time is now.
Natty 啩應該叫。
Did you know that you can use the mandrake to defend yourself? Why, the very idea.
因為我對佢哋呢個待機動作真係冇辦法理解咯，點解要一日到黑都要踩個地板做待機動作呢？Sebastian.
I do wonder about Professor Fig. He's hardly ever in his classroom. Most strange.
我覺得呢個待機動作真係有夠醜樣啊！呢個係邊個 ？Anthony 哇，有啲唔係非常識嘅人名。既然有植物可以收集咯。呢個係咪 Ominous 啊？好似係耶。
I should think Professor Garlick would be more careful with her mandrakes.
Ominous， 你一個人坐喺度咁無聊啊！睇先，仲有邊個可以傾偈啊？好似冇咯喎。
Hello, saw you on your way to Hogsmeade the other day. Nice to meet you.
的
I'm
確。
Leander. I'll be showing you the Chinese chomping cabbages. Up these stairs will take us there. But
好似
you'll
係我
lead.
見過一個 NPC 咁嘅樣。
Nice work in defense against the dark arts, by the way.
Excuse me?
Your duel with Sebastian! And he's good. Thinks he's really good. But you outright slaughtered him. It was brilliant.
Oh. Well, thank you.
I nearly put Sebastian in his place myself. I mean, I would have, if Hecate hadn't stopped me.
Didn't she stop that dragon skull from crushing you?
Typical Slytherin trick, dropping a dragon skull on someone during a fight. We Gryffindors fight with honor. And Hufflepuffs too. At least you did.
好嘅，然後要一直可唔可以？你既然要帶路咧，咪應該好好地帶路咧。講真嗰句。
Here we are, home of the Chinese chomping cabbage. Go on, grab a few of those cabbages. Just mind your fingers. I almost lost a thumb once. Don't worry, Nurse Blaney put it back on. Trust me, you do not want to go through that.
Okay.
Now, see that dummy? Just toss the cabbages at it, and they'll do the rest.
How to do LBR 咁樣咯，唔啱嗎？我唔明喎。嚇
Look at that! They'll jump on anything they can get their mouths on. Mum planted some in her garden last year to keep the gnomes out. Did save her the de-gnoming, but they left her honking daffodils in tatters. Vicious little bastards, aren't they? My kind of plants. Not like stupid booba tubers and bouncing bulbs. The kind of plants that just have your back in a fight. Not saying you can't go it alone, but, well, imagine that wasn't a dummy.
死火！頭先有啲分心，所以我都冇 get 到佢而家問緊係咩喎。
Just because those cabbages will chomp on a dummy doesn't mean they do the same on, say, a goblin.
It's chaos out there. Trolls in Hogsmeade and such. You can't be above throwing a cruciferous vegetable if necessary. Dogweed and deathcap has more of them, if you're keen. Other plants too. Ones your parents wouldn't plant in the garden. You get the idea. Anyway, we probably ought to head back to class. Take your time. I'll see you back in class.
我充滿疑惑中，到底發生咩事？無論點都好，我哋家目標係。
Helpful reminder as to why we should always wear our dragon hide gloves. I shall end our lesson here. Terribly sorry, Mr. Clopton.
嚇，點解咁快就上完堂咗嘅？
I tended to the Chinese chomping cabbages, Professor.
Remarkable plants, aren't they? I hope they weren't too much trouble. Oh, don't see any bite marks or missing digits. And good, as you do seem to be quite green-fingered. Oh, I'm eager to see your skill in the soil continue to blossom.
Magical plants have so much to offer. I'm eager to learn more.
I'm glad. Herbology is a bounteous subject. Tend to your garden, and it will tend to you. Well, I suppose that's everything. Do come by for a chat sometime. I so enjoy checking in with my new students.
不得不說，呢個老師睇落真係好年輕啊！
Those mandrakes are really relishing their new pots. Only cost me my damned hearing.
Like anything, we must first understand it. That goes for plants as well as friendships. Kindness and concern are as necessary in the greenhouse as in the Great Hall.
其他學生走晒啦，咁快就落堂啦。
Shouldn't there be auras or someone from the ministry guarding the school after the incident in Hogsmeade?
Professor Black would never allow that. It would make him look completely incompetent, which he is.
He knows more than he's letting on about the Goblin Rebellion.
邊個玩嘢嘅？哦，Sebastian，我又見到你啦。雖然我覺得見到你係幾正常，畢竟我哋係同學。佢頭先我成日都分唔到佢講嘢係邊一個咯，可能因為我仲未可以好明確咁分到嗰啲名。我大概認人。喂，呢個係 Omelus，佢眼睛唔係有問題咩？講真一句啊，佢啲調轉轉魔藥啊！先唔好講呢個住，我哋呢個係咪夏普啊？唔係，我記得我哋好似有見過一次夏普喺嗰個 Fig 嘅辦公室入邊。應該係佢啩。
Potions is one of the most challenging and hazardous subjects taught at this school. As fifth years, you will be required to reach new heights of both discipline and intellect. You will begin this term by brewing a Wigan-Weld potion. Mr. Takar, can you tell us why this particular potion might come in handy?
Yes, Professor Sharp. The Wigan-Weld potion can be used to sterilize and even heal a variety of injuries.
It can heal some injuries, but not all. Points for Ravenclaw. Before today's class is completed, each of you will have brewed a Wigan-Weld potion of your own. You never know when you might need it. Please begin. Use a strong, even motion when crushing your ingredients. Please be meticulous when adding powder to your potions. One errant sneeze could be disastrous.
Now begin. 要我哋自己一個人做藥嗎？我哋第一次上魔藥堂，你就咁樣對我哋？定係我哋實在係太過天才啦
I see most of you have not forgotten how to stir.
我哋已經整完個藥咯。
Not an easy potion to brew. Well done. And from what I hear of your recent exploits in Hogsmeade, you'd also do well to practice brewing the defensive Edurus potion. Professor Weasley had you acquire the recipe from J. Pippin's, correct?
Yes, sir.
Good. For the moment, you can find the ingredients you need in my office. But in the future, you'll be expected to provide your own ingredients. Some can be harvested from the plants you grow in your herbology class, and rarer ones can be purchased. Others, however, may be harder to obtain, and will require you to be a bit more resourceful. Come and see me when you've finished brewing, and we'll see if it was skill or luck the first time round.
咁樣算唔算慫恿緊我去呢個出外探險啊
My parents considered keeping me home from school this year after the rumors of a goblin rebellion.
究竟邊個講緊嘢啊？我真係分唔到啊！
Professor Sharp said that Wiggenweld potion can treat injuries. Hope I never need it.
Don't fret if you run out of ingredients. I simply grow most of what I need.
My Wiggenweld potion's utter rubbish. Wish I could just replace it with one from J. Pippin's.
Oh.
Fine job brewing your first Wiggenweld potion. But there are many potions yet to learn. This is going to be a busy year.
Did I hear Professor Sharp say that you have permission to go into his office?
竟然係維斯利嘅。
Yes, but why does that matter to you?
Brilliant! And it matters because you can be a part of something truly creative. I'm Gareth, by the way. Gareth Weasley. Bit of a prodigy with potions, if I do say so myself.
Pleasure to meet you. Wait, are you related to Professor Weasley?
She's my aunt. Keeps too close an eye on me for comfort. But she can't be everywhere. Listen, anyone with a troll-sized brain can brew an Edurus potion. I'm working on something that's certain to be spectacular. I'm just missing one tiny last ingredient that will add that extra spark.
I suspect that's where I come in.
You're as clever as I'd hoped. I simply need a single Fwooper feather. As you'll already be in Sharp's office with his permission, perhaps you could grab it for me.
我諗乜説呢位仁兄，我其實喺呢個開學禮嘅時候，應該講話分院嘅時候，我就已經有留意到佢啦。佢真係哇喺嗰個動畫入邊最靚仔嘅就係你啦，講真。一根羽毛應該還好啩，我覺得老師應該唔會發現啊。其實正常嚟講嘅話，少咗一根應該唔會發現啩。
I'll get you the Fwooper feather, as long as you're certain Sharp won't miss it.
I assure you he won't. Fwooper feathers aren't that valuable. Wait until you see what I'm brewing. Hurry back to me when you have the feather.
Okay. 好，我哋入去啦。
Remember,
然後我哋一入去，老師就開始講嘢。收集點起。咦？有冇後續嘅？呢個動作
Revelio
有啲可愛。等等，佢羽毛咁大條咩？定係因為我玩開魔法覺醒，佢入邊嘅角色實在太過細隻，導致我覺得佢係正常 size 唔會非常之大，所以單純係我嘅錯覺。老師喺邊啊？我嗰邊，我見到你啦，夏普。邊個夏普個名真係好好記啊！而且佢實在太過到處出現啦。
Brilliant! Thank you. This is going to take a moment to brew. You should get back to brewing your Edurus potion, and I'll tell you when this concoction's finished.
呢個頭先 Sebastian 喺後邊嗰個動畫好好笑啊！我哋要調魔藥，
Should you chop the Dittany or crush it? The wrong answer could result in the unfortunate loss of your eyebrows.
佢其實係咪自言自語啊？因為佢完全冇同緊某一個學生講嘢咯。下先，我哋要點做而家？啊？就咁樣？我哋竟然唔需要自己動手咯！唉，其實我覺得咁樣有少失去樂趣喎，喂！你諗下，20秒我哋淨係盯住呢個光，然後冇辦法自己動手，你唔覺得好無聊咩
？And now we add the mallow sweet, and that's odd. What's happening?
佢唔會爆炸
Wait, it's not
啩
supposed to. Get it! Get it! Dragon Dart! What happened?
Well done, Gareth.
What now,
Revelio.
Weasley?
Sorry, Professor.
That'll be points from Gryffindor. Again. Mr. Weasley did not do this on his own. His accomplice will answer to me as well.
啊！我哋俾人捉到咗啦，同埋呢個傾埋偈，我哋再揾老師。
Professor Sharp must have learned a lot during his time as an Auror.
哦，佢竟然係正氣
I wish he
師啊！
talked about it more.
呀，唔會俾人鬧啩？希望唔會啦。
I brewed an Adurus potion as you asked, Professor.
I'm surprised you had the time. You seemed rather busy helping Mr. Weasley brew chaos.
要唔要承認咧？唉，乖乖地承認啦。
I'm sorry, Professor. I was merely trying to help a friend.
Taking responsibility for one's actions does go a long way with me. I shall assume that you've learnt a lesson. As for the work you did today at your own cauldron, I will say you've done well. I confess I was skeptical given the advanced nature of this class and the fact you're a new student.
I'm glad I was able to meet your expectations.
A rare occurrence. And you do well to remember that you're not a potions master quite yet. In addition to having a solid grasp of how to combine various ingredients, you should gain an understanding of the ingredients themselves. Pay particular attention in herbology. The plants you nurture there are often essential to the potions you brew here. Now, I recommend that you find a safe location in which to practice brewing. You cannot leave a hot cauldron simply anywhere. That'll be all. I think each of us has had enough excitement for one day. Class is dismissed.
好，收工。我哋而家要做咩咧？
My robes are going to reek from Gareth's inspiration for the rest of term.
同佢傾下偈先。
I was impressed that you were able to answer Professor Sharp's question about the Wiggenweld potion.
Oh, you're the new student. I've heard much about you. Thank you. I'm Amit, by the way. Pleasure, truly. And I've never seen anyone brew such a flawless Wiggenweld potion on their first try. Well done.
鬆咗一口氣。
I'm glad I was able to get it right the first time.
You must simply have a knack for potion making. Some students seem so confounded by potion recipes, it's as if they're written in gobbledygook. A fascinating language, by the way. Neither here nor there, really, but I am a self-taught speaker. Merlin's beard, good conversation is the enemy of free time. I must return my book, Gateway to the Far Stars, before my next class. Speaking of stars, we'll be in astronomy together. You'll love it. Professor Shaw is firm, but quite clever. See you soon, no doubt.
佢感覺係嗰種會一直瘋狂咁樣自吹自彈嘅人啊！仲有邊個可以傾偈啊？哦 ，Weasley。
That was an interesting class.
Thanks to you. Wasn't precisely what I had in mind, but it was still brilliant. I appreciate your help. Hope Sharp wasn't too disagreeable when you handed in your potion. Heard him talking about taking responsibility.
其實冇咩事啦。
Professor Sharp was annoyed, but we sorted it out. No harm.
Cheers to that. He probably had a good chuckle after we left. Sharp may seem gruff, but I'd bet a few galleons he blew up a potion or two in his day. Best be off. Next time we talk, I promise, fewer explosions.
Okay. 有咩可以傾偈喎？好似冇咯。活米村都唔係好遠啫，講真我哋嗰日去嘅時候，話唔定呢個下霍格米村亦都唔係非常之遠，而且點解一定要約喺呢個下霍格米村見面呢？我哋喺學校見面唔得咩？我哋頭先先一齊上堂嚟啫喎，大哥，我見到你啦。
It is good to see you, my friend.
Hello, Natty. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. I was there, and I saw what happened with Rookwood and Harlow at the Three Broomsticks. I have been worried about you.
I'm all right at the moment.
If you don't mind my asking, why were they looking for you?
我呢個唔係非常信任佢咯。
I've never met Rookwood or Harlow. Perhaps they mistook me for another student.
A bit odd. The two of them pursuing a Hogwarts student so intently. But whatever the reason, you were clearly in danger. For now, it is safe to say that Rookwood and Harlow are a threat to both of us. To all of us.
Both of us.
Which is why I wanted to speak to you. Everyone has been talking about you defending Hogsmeade from that troll attack. And I shall never forget watching Serona stand up to Rookwood and Harlow in the Three Broomsticks. Both of you have inspired me to take a stand of my own.
What sort of stand?
Men like Rookwood and Harlow are the reason my mother and I left Matabeleland. I am not going to sit by and watch them destroy my new home.
Rookwood and Harlow are a dangerous pair on their own, and you should know that Rookwood is in league with Ranrock.
I had heard they were seen in Hogsmeade together. All the more reason they must be stopped. Rumor has it that Theophilus Harlow runs Rookwood's day-to-day operations. Taking him down would cripple Rookwood's entire enterprise.
That may be true, but shouldn't Officer Singer handle someone like Harlow?
I spoke with her. She was polite, but perhaps understandably would not discuss details with a student. I overheard some of Rookwood's lot talking about a massive poaching operation that Harlow is planning. I was thinking that we could investigate a bit, try to get the evidence that Officer Singer needs.
All right, but how?
I am going to watch and listen, find out precisely what Harlow is up to. I shall reach out when I know more. In the meantime, remember, I am here if you need me.
Thank you, Natty.
小姐，你究竟
Be on your guard.
小姐，你究竟有咩問題啊？吓
I beg your pardon. How dare you threaten me?
What's going on here?
等等，同學，同學，你唔覺得有問題嘅咩？吓？佢點解我哋要去調查走私案呢？到底我哋係一個新學生啫喎，我哋根本連基本講得我哋基本嘅咒語都未學完，然後你竟然要拉我哋去做啲咁危險嘅嘢，究竟發生咩事？你嘅腦有冇問題啊？而且你講一句，你學生5年級，而家5年級即係代表幾多歲啊？5年級睇下先，佢哋7年級畢業，7年級係18歲，所以5年級嘅話應該係16。我覺得非常之唔合理咯，真係非常之唔合理咯！你竟然要帶住你1、2個16歲嘅小朋友，竟然要去對付呢個黑巫師，而且人哋係講明佢係黑巫師嘅情況下，我一講完黑巫師，黑巫師就出現啦。
I've no idea who it is you think I might have seen. I've been busy with my research. I do not have time to...
Victor Rookwood don't give a doxy's nip back your time. Oi! Speak of the devil. Mr. Rookwood would like a word with you.
A student? You can't be...
Enough out of you.
What the...
Leave her alone.
Stupefy!
Huh?
You'll regret crossing
What the...
my path.
咁突然就開始打交。
Potato.
哇！頭先嗰下係我意料之外嘅。What the？呢個係邊個啊？
I'll watch the light go out of your eyes.
佢着到華麗啊！吓？OK。
I'm not going anywhere with you.
What the?
Potato, don't do it. You're going to get out of this alive. No!
Incendio.
How embarrassing! You're going to regret that.
Not that!
仲有邊度啊？敵人喺邊啊？我以為佢會死㗎，我仲以為佢死咗添。啊！真唔記得咗我哋有呢個中國唔應該講嘢菜。
I've never been accosted in such a manner, and so close to Hogwarts.
佢係邊個咧
Are you all right?
I am, thanks in no small part to your excellent defensive skills. Care to tell me why 2 Ashwinders were ready to dispatch me to get to you?
Ashwinders?
Victor Rookwood's thieves and extortionists, his little cronies. They seemed quite keen on you.
It's a long story, but thank you for your help.
Well, you've avoided them for the moment. Priya warned me things were getting dangerous. Best get moving on my research before they return.
You mentioned someone named Priya.
Yes, my wife. She's the one who piqued my interest in Merlin, gave me a book when we were students at Hogwarts. Typical hard-working Hufflepuff, brilliant potioneer, has her own shop in Knockturn Alley. She's a travelling vendor, hears what's going on in the Highlands before I do.
Huh.
You're a researcher?
Nora Treadwell at your service, historian and archaeologist specialising in Merlin's work and life.
I thought that Merlin and the tales about King Arthur's court were a myth.
Mere myth. You're lucky Sir Cadogan didn't hear you. Chatters on endlessly about his connection to Merlin from his portrait at Hogwarts.
Huh.
Merlin attended Hogwarts, you know.
Seriously?
And I'm studying some curious fixtures he left here centuries ago.
Fixtures?
These vine-covered pillars, dozens of them, all around the area. I've taken to calling them the Trials of Merlin. I believe he created them as a diversion for his fellow Slytherins. He was terribly fond of puzzles and enigmas.
Oh.
I can see why you're so interested in Merlin. I'd be keen to know more about the trials.
Well then, I'll let you in on a little secret. No one has yet managed to figure out how they work. But I believe I have just unlocked a crucial clue. I suspect that Mallowsweet is an important component in getting the trials to work.
Mallowsweet?
Versatile herb. Merlin repeatedly mentioned it in his writings. I had just arrived to test my theory when I was so rudely interrupted. You see, each swirl in Merlin's writing has a symbol in the centre. That started me thinking, what if...
The Mallowsweet is meant to be placed at the centre of the symbols.
Precisely. Would you care to do the honours? We can see what comes of our little hypothesis. I brought a trunk chock full of Mallowsweet with me. It's just over there by my tent.
This trunk?
Yes, take plenty, even if you already have some.
Okay.
I have the Mallowsweet.
Lovely. Now, notice the vines on these pillars here, as well as a stone swell on the ground. Each trial has these features. Place the mallow sweet on the swirl,
我哋點
and
樣
we'll
放？
see what happens.
哦，使用。
What? Did you see that? The vines disappeared.
What should I do now?
This is uncharted territory. I am curious about these pyres.
我猜要點火。
Incendio！
啊，我唔夠遠，唔夠近，唔好意思，唔夠近。
The flames make the pyre sink.
我淨係呢三，喂
Curious. The pyres are back where they started.
我整得唔夠快，會唔會原因呢
Incendio！
唔錯。天啊！佢呢個選目標嘅真係有夠難搞㗎。
How beautiful!
Cool.
What a day! I can hardly believe it.
你唔走近啲睇啊！頭先有個殘影喺度喎。
I take it we can call that a success?
We can indeed. However, I now have even more questions. How does it work? I must review my notes. I may have missed something.
Are all of the trials like this one?
Oh, not precisely. Well, I think each has those telltale vines and the swirl on the ground. You should feel free to solve them as you come across them. I believe I have what I need to continue my research. My guess is that each will also require mallow sweet, which you can find in Hogsmeade should you need more. I really must be off. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Interesting.
And do be careful out here. Now I've got what I needed. I shall return to the safety of my notes and books.
咁突然就完成咗一個試煉啦。哦，啊！移形換影走咗啊！然後我成日都叫佢做移形換影咯，明明人哋叫。
A portrait in our common room wants to talk to you. It's Eldritch Diggory. He used to be the Minister for Magic, I think.